through from the Rocky Mountains, just 80 kilometers east of the city. And we are here for the fourth event in the curling bubble and inside the Winsport Arena, which opened in 2011. It is home to Hockey Canada, Alpine Canada, and Winsport Canada, but the world of Canada has moved in for the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. We are in Session 3, Japan taking on Canada. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's a pleasure to be here and bring you live curling action from inside this beautiful venue that's been set up for the World Championship this season. These are the two teams that'll be battling on the ice for Japan. Their lead, Shinya Abe. Our second, Yasumasa Tanida. Third is Tetsuro Shimizu. Skip, Yuta Matsumura. And they'll take on Team Canada. Both these teams at 1-0 with their lead, Karik Martin. Second, Brad Thiessen. Their third, Darren Moulding. And the skip of the Canadian champs, Brendan Botcher. The standing so far after two sessions, Team RCF leading the way at 2-0. Then Canada, Italy, Japan, Norway, Switzerland, and the US all at 1-0. Then China, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Scotland, and Sweden at 0-1, while Korea rounds out the field at 0-2. 14 teams here at this event. First time there's been 14 men's teams at a World Championship. 6 making the playoffs. Of course, 4 games out on the ice here for you this evening. In Session 3, Denmark takes on Scotland. Battle of 0-1 teams on Sheet A, while on Sheet B is our feature game, Japan taking on Canada. China takes on Italy on Sheet C, while Netherlands looking for their first win against Norway, who sits at 1-0. As that sets the table here for our evening session. Luke Coley here with you, along with Olympic champion Jill Officer. Thanks for joining, and it's going to be a lot of fun seeing these guys out there again, both teams coming in at 1-0.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, the Canadian team this morning, they had to battle back from a 3-point deficit to win that game, whereas the Japanese team had full control of their game this afternoon and some really high percentage numbers for their performance this afternoon as well. So it should be a battle.
They haven't played a lot because Yuta Matsumura is just in his second World Championship as a skip. A little bit of chatter between the skips to begin.
November until February, no curling.
No curling, no.
Not even practice.
All, no. All ring circles.
Well, just a little conversation about the differences. Obviously, with the pandemic, it's changed things of how much you can be out on the ice.
And of course, different in different spots around the world. So some teams had ice all year. Some teams only had ice for a portion of the year. Some teams had ice at the beginning and not recently, or some had the other way around. It's been a little bit of everything.
So Japan against Canada as the teams get set to begin this game, both at 1-0.
I heard Brendan talking about him doing his job, his work from the bubble. He's been here for a while now.
Being able to work from home. He's been the beneficiary to do that. He's an application specialist, so he's able to do that. And all these players do have other jobs as well, so they're doing that along with the curling side of things. Japan looking to win their country's first medal at a World Championship. Their best finish as a nation is 4th. That was this team. They did that in 2019 at the last World Championship. They lost the semifinal, and they're trying to improve upon that. They'd love nothing more than that. But even more so, top 6 to get to the Olympics.
Yeah, I was just thinking that when you said they finished in fourth position. I'm sure they'd still be pretty happy with that at this event this week, given the Olympic ramifications.
As we see, Japan will have the red stones, dark colored tops, and obviously Canada throwing the yellow stones with the white jerseys they're sporting here. Just awaiting the official go-ahead.
Yeah, and Team Canada earned the last rock advantage from the pre-game draw to the button. So we'll see Team Japan throw first.
And Shinya Abe, the 41-year-old, the veteran on this team. Just like that, we are underway now here, session 3.
ラインはいいよ。7、6、ラインズゲート。ちょっと曲がり弱いかな。外側からちょっと曲がり弱いよ。ナイス。
Medium. Let's try and roll.
Easy or medium?
Medium.
This won't be fresh. They threw a bunch.
Karik Martin,
Clean.
lead for this Canadian team. They played 4 straight Canadian Championship finals, finally getting to this World Championship by winning it this year. They beat a strong field at this year's Canadian Championship in the bubble. And
Throw, Carr.
Martin will roll out.
Japan's not looking to rush into things here. I may be expecting Team Canada to put a guard up on the
ラインはいいよ。
lead second shot. We'll see if that's what Team Canada chooses to do.
Yes. もうちょい。Yes だ。ここまで。全然いこうか。14.7。やっぱ3の方が曲がってんの。
Now, where do you...
So something interesting there, Jill. It didn't quite get to the center line. They're hoping to get that one to the center of the house, and it's still a good couple feet off the center line.
Yeah, I'm not sure really what happened to that. It's certainly not in the position they wanted. And we're actually seeing Team Canada hit this rock. I thought they might, especially with it not making to the center line. Thought they might consider putting up a corner guard to get things going, but
Yeah, that's pretty strict. Any weight in that one?
The Japanese second, Yasumasa Tanida, a brilliant game this afternoon in their win over Germany. Played 90%.
Yes. Green.
yeah, the whole team I think played pretty well in that game this afternoon. So if they keep up those numbers, Team Canada will have a tough go here.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
So it looks like we might just see some hitting up and down here, unless something drastic changes.
Brad Thiessen, and you rarely see those major mistakes that would change the way this end would play out, but just that one stone in the house.
Clean. Very good.
Way to ease into this game. This is their second game. Of course, Canada played in the morning session. It was Japan in the afternoon session. Any difference to playing like a split morning and evening or afternoon evening?
It can be. I think that you may not see as many differences in the bubble situation, given that you're not getting a different amount of fans sitting in the building, creating more heat and humidity. I think things are probably a little more stable here, but the ice can still change. So sometimes in the morning it's a little colder in the rink and it's a little bit straighter. As it warms up throughout the day, it might get a little bit more curl. And we did see Team Canada struggle a little bit this morning with some of the straight spots and the speed of the ice. They, if anything, they were a little bit heavy, and we saw Scotland, who they played this morning, have some of those troubles as well. So we'll have to see if they can make the proper adjustments this time around.
No, I thought Carr's first one was.
Lots of discussion of what the ice is doing, making sure they're all on the same page, makes the nose hit. Tetsuro Shimizu, very unique delivery, very extended with his delivery arm.
To give me like I just want to see how much it moves. Board.
Board.
Almost treating this as a little bit of an extended practice now.
Yeah, and sometimes, the teams have discussions about maybe they want to keep it open for the first end, get a little bit more comfortable. I mean, Team Canada wasn't as sharp as they can be this morning, and Team Japan was very sharp this afternoon. So that could factor into how they play the first game. It could be, who they're playing, could be the ice. There's a number of factors as to why they may want to have a little bit more open end.
And the rules of play, 6 ends minimum, 38 minutes of thinking time with 1 60-second timeout.
Yes. Yes. もうちょい。
I think so. Do you like firm?
Yeah.
Well, good luck there that the right down on ice level as that rock comes in. They'll peel it out.
And Darren Moulding comes in.
And for people that hadn't been following the Canadian team just prior to the event and in the mixed doubles nationals of Canada, Darren Moulding actually had to withdraw because of a back injury. It was precautionary because he knew he was playing here.
Yeah, I mean, and you never want to be too careful and being stuck in the bubble. They've had some treatment on site here and stuff, especially given that we're in the wind sport area here. There's lots of medical facilities and stuff, so they got him set up with treatment, and I know he's feeling really good now.
Well, so Skip gets to play that risk-free draw, just put it into the center of the rings for Yuta Matsumura. Brendan Botcher.
Clean.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Whoa.
You'll see Matsumura on his next shot here. He has a very tight sort of delivery at the beginning, and then it opens up a little bit. It's pretty interesting.
Of course, from the other hack, a
Yes.
little different that way too, being a left-hander. 2 of them in the game today with Brad Thiessen as well.
Yeah, you can see how close his throwing broom is to his rock there when he starts, and then it spreads out to more normal position.
Japan wants to just make sure they hit, stay in the rings, force Canada to have to play that hit and roll out to blank the end. So last stone of the first end has to maintain hammer.
Nice.
And we'll do just that. So a hit rolls out. Nothing on the board. Just zeros. Canada, Japan, our feature game here in session 3 in the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship.
That's all I got.
Pretty straight.
Yeah.
You look like you threw it good.
ちゃってなさそうで普通そうじゃない
いや普通だと思うよ。むしろ3と比べたらだいぶ曲がってない。
ラインはいいよライン安側かなライン付けクリーンクリーン15
Back inside the Winsport Arena, the second end begins the same as the first. That first stone into the rings. For Team Japan, Canada's the hammer. They won the last stone draw shot.
Clean. Clean, yep.
We're seeing Team Canada
Clean.
with their first leads rock
Whoa.
hit the stone. It'll be interesting to see if Team Canada decides to put up a guard on the second one this time around.
See what happens as this one rolls out. So 2 ends in a row. Martin unable to hold the shooter. Shinya Abe was actually in the house as the vice skip, so a little difference there. The veteran holds the broom. Obviously, you have the you see Tanita and Shimizu on the sweep here. 2 great sweepers.
ラインは悪くないよそのままから
We'll see what Team Canada decides to do this time. Hitting again. Interesting. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest, that Team Canada's not taking the opportunity to put up a guard.
It's easy hair less
Okay, yep. Clean. Good clean.
Denmark, Scotland, let's look in and see the situation. Denmark with the red stone lying 2.
It's just that straight.
And Scotland looking for their first win, having the hammer to start off that game. Bruce Mowat. Not sure if it has enough to play a double of it, or is it just...
It looks like he might be playing a thin double here. Maybe with quiet weight.
Well, Mowat controlled the game earlier today against Canada in the first half, and then they faded while Canada came back. Well, hit it, move it far enough, and won't move it far enough, but they do get their single point. So Scotland gets 1 with the hammer against Denmark over on sheet A.
Clean.
Okay
Weight's good. Just easy.
Whoa. Clean. Clean.
half stone probably
Yeah, like that's just.
Sorry, Kark.
Yeah, no, it's just easy.
So a little more action in that Denmark-Scotland first end than we've seen in the first 2 so far of this game.
Which is why we're half an end ahead.
Canada was not quite as tight as Scotland earlier today, but they weren't comfortable late in the stages of that game this morning.
Sometimes that factors in. It doesn't usually factor into a team's strategy this early in the game, but maybe mid-game or a little bit later mid-game, and some teams might try to blank out an end just to save some time
Clean.
if they're concerned about it.
Clean.
Solid easy.
Clean. We're on the nose.
Okay.
Anything for a sliver across?
Good. Yeah, good.
Well, the thing is they're moving around, so they will have a good idea of what the ice is doing in different spots of the ice. So we see Bobby Ursel, coach of this Japanese team, working with the Japanese program for a few years now, of course. Canadian himself.
Lives in Kelowna, British Columbia. Originally from my home city, Winnipeg.
A few curlers have come out of there.
Yeah, the odd one.
Don Bartlett, coach of the Canadian team. Just watching on, always looking at different stones. Obviously the connection with Don and Karek Martin, his dad, Kevin Martin. Don and Kevin playing together, winning an Olympic silver medal in 2002.
Pretty solid.
Clean. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Good.
So a hit, and still just that one stone. As we'll slide beside China, Italy. Italy with the hammer, an opportunity. Joel Rotornez to get an early 2 in that game for the Italian team that few people are hearing as a dark horse that try and get into that top 6 to get into the playoffs of the 14-team field. Well, these are always nice for a skip. You're able to just hit the house to get that extra point. Jill, I'm sure you can approve of that as well as a front end.
Yes,
It's
yes.
nice when it's an open draw. So 2-0 Italy leading China.
Hard. Hard. Right to it. Right to it.
Keep it in.
Right to it. Okay, clean. It's a good scrub. Good enough.
Well, teams even trying to bank even more time will make that hit. Botcher headed down after that last stone came to rest anyway.
Banking that time on the time clock. Here you get another good look at the broom position of Yuta before he slides out, and then has an interesting in-turn as well. Kind of turns the rock back, starts it straight, turns it back, and then releases it.
It is different, very consistent though, like a lot of the players each and every time.
Yes, yes, needs to be repetitive.
Well, Brendan Botcher, world junior champion in 2012.
Yeah. Hard. Hard. Hard to stick. Hard.
Good.
Wow, that curl. Good shot, though.
As we enter
You threw it well.
last couple skip stones.
Yeah, a little over the line there.
Japan, I
Went.
said, trying to get that first medal. They're going against Canada in this game, who have 29 world championship titles, 10 silver medals and 7 bronze. Japan would take any of them right now. Obviously, it was such a good run in 2019 for this Matsumura team. They're wanting to try and improve upon that.
9.7.
Quickly out with this last stone of the second end. Botcher to blank the end, keep the hammer.
Clean. Good.
And we'll do that for the second consecutive end. So no score yet here, our feature game. Canada and Japan. It is session 3.
Just trying to stay awake up there, hey?
They're yelling up at their coaching staff in the stands.
All right, try
Hey,
it
guys,
again.
let's go.
I'll make this go.
These guys look, to me, they look a bit tired, the sweeping.
Easily take advantage.
ピードはこのままっぽい気がするんだよな。ちょっと抜いたら多分ね運べなそうな。あ、なんか踏んだ。ガリガリいってる。
ナイスグー。
大丈夫か？
ラインはいいよ。
ナイスグー。
早いか。
ラインつけ。ラインはいいよ。14.2。
So into the house, we'll see how Canada plays this, what they want to do. Japan just basically continuing to put in, saying, all right, Canada, make your decision, how you want to go about it. We're not pressing you on it.
Yep, they're going to let Canada make their move when they decide to make it, which is not on this shot.
It sounded like going at the end of that second end, they were talking about going and being a bit more aggressive, try and go after it now. And
yeah, and really that makes sense. I don't think that, you know, most teams are not purposely blanking 2, 3, or 4 ends in a row. So I think at this point, maybe Canada will make a move.
that'll probably depend where this hit and roll goes to for Shinya Bei.
Yeah, and that was the key on that first one for Karak, was to just roll out to the wing, so that if Japan hits and sticks there, then it gives Canada the opportunity to throw up a corner guard, which is what they're going to do now.
I see a smile over there, Jill. The delayed corner guard, just move it out of the forefoot and then put the corner guard up.
Yeah, and you know, that could have been, I think that's what Team Canada was trying to do in the first 2 ends, but Karak unfortunately rolled out, meaning that Japan was able to put it back in the middle, and maybe they just didn't want to deal with it at that point, and they really wanted to have that rock over on the edge, which is now finally what they have. And now we'll see Japan put up a tight center guard, trying to bring the play more to the middle rather than allowing Team Canada to use that corner guard, having left stone. This is just going to get over the hog line here, which is not really where they really wanted that quite a bit tighter.
Yeah, problem.
It's tough.
All right. Speed's good, eh?
Yeah, speed's nice.
So now to use that corner guard, does where that center line guard get in the way of this path?
I think it should be okay. They didn't question it too much. It sort of depends on the ice, and you know, the ice can't. We've seen some straight spots today, so as long as the weight is close, I think that they'll be able to maneuver that no problem.
You don't need to.
No, just T.
Line's good. Line's good.
Good shot.
It's a good shot, Brad. Very good.
Good, good.
Just kept sliding and sliding to the back. Sets shot stone.
相手の14.4。
Japan is trying to follow Thiessen down here. Ooh, they actually just got by that.
But does it over curl and not set shot stone?
Yes. Canada didn't get by that guard quite so tight, so it's no surprise that that it over curled. I think we'll see Canada follow that down anyways and use it to freeze too.
It's a hair less.
Line, little wider.
Okay, we're a little less.
Easy, easy,
Gotta miss the guard.
easy. Whoa.
Gotta get off.
So you can hear Team Canada talking about that center line guard, and they need to make sure that they're
By the red. We're by
curling
the red.
past it, which now they are. And now they can manage it from there.
Hard.
Hard, 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 hard.
Hard.
Hard,
Get in
Darren.
there. Get in there. Great shot. Very good.
Really good. Beauty.
Once it came off that,
Boy, Brad.
able to get to it and they'll
Just took a
lie
different
too.
path.
Yeah, it was really nice management. You heard the sweepers say it was a little bit less, and Brendan said it was a little bit wider. So they had to manage it a little bit different than his first one. Make sure they got by that guard, and then be able to sweep it because it was less weight. Yeah, another little interesting thing with the delivery there that we just saw in that shot, where it brings the rock right back to the toe that sits in the hack.
Just hit this.
Doesn't get that run back, but we'll
Nose
open up those
yeah.
corner guards.
Roll in a bit, don't we?
Oh, cornerstones, pardon me.
We want to make sure we're 3, right? Or no?
Do we want to roll in or right there?
I don't think it matters.
Okay,
At nose.
Because they're gonna.
That red's gonna squirt out.
Yeah,
the red.
you're right. It's
Like, I
gonna-
don't think it's important to be shot
I'm with
right
you.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Easy?
you're right.
Easy.
It's okay to roll.
See the difference there. Just a slight pullback from Darren Molden compared to right to the foot
Weight's good.
in the hack by
Yep.
Shimizu.
Hard
Yes.
Weight's good.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
And Shimizu would have to be quite careful about how he brings his rock back and what sort of impact that his foot touching that rock could have on how his line is affected coming out.
So they do roll into lie 3.
Yeah, you're just
Canada in a good position.
Jeg vet ikke. Hva tror
And
du?
Netherlands, Norway. Norway with the hammer. Stefan Valstad getting a win earlier today.
Litt over en
Now.
halv stein, da.
Looks like it is that one redstone that is shot stone on the button right now.
Looks like he's trying to play a bit of a double angle run back here for at least 2. For 2.
Yep.
Torger Nergard in the house calling line. Valstad across the top. And does he sit to score his 2? 1.
holdt det.
And it is 2. What a great shot from Valstad to,
Yeah, really.
to score deuce.
Really, really nice there.
Ja, du tatt enda tynnere, ja.
Clean. Clean. Clean.
Yep.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Oh! Brad. Brad. Hard.
That's a great shot.
Great shot. Great.
Beauty.
Great.
Well, that one just hangs around, uses all 12 feet of the rings.
That was important to sit.
Perfect, but
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah, it is.
There's nothing. Okay, let's.
Well, not hanging around. The difference is that goes another half rock. Could be a blank.
Changes the entire end.
Fine. We only rolled a rock. It's a pretty high guard.
Yeah, we can chase anything around it.
Yeah, so we talked earlier in the end about how the Japanese team wanted that guard tighter, and that's exactly why, is what you just heard Brendan and Darren talk about, is that even if Japan gets a rock in behind that guard, it's so long and so close to the hog line that it's easy enough for them to get around.
Denmark and Scotland. Mikael Krause is facing a bundle of Scottish stones in the rings. 5 to be exact. And needs to hit and stick. Can't roll too far. And he will roll too far to bring one of those yellows into play. And it is a steal of 1 for Scotland. So they now take a 2-0 lead in that game. Both those teams looking for win number 1 here at the championship.
I was very
Ideally, I think we're rolling your way a few rocks, Brad.
My way?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're never going to take it away the other way. And if we get halfway there and he makes the double and sticks it behind the guard, we're not super happy. So easy.
So in this shot, that Team Canada is just considering where is the best position for them to leave their shooter that Brendan's throwing, not wanting to leave any sort of double. So by rolling a little bit, you know, away from us as we see it from here, it would make a double really thin and really steep. So it would make it a lot harder for Japan.
Sorry.
Good shot.
I should have let you go.
I heard the comment of sorry. That just a case of
Shoot.
who's calling what line they were trying to call it.
My bad.
Yeah, maybe a little bit not on the same page and maybe anticipating something different happening.
Good throw.
I get it.
To leave the double.
Easy, easy.
Hard. Okay.
Sorry.
Good
Sorry.
shot. Hard. Okay.
Sorry.
Good shot.
He knew before it hit.
It's all about managing a stone, and teams that do it the best and are going to come out on top in a lot of these games.
So we're going to see the Japanese skip take on this double now.
Well, Yuta Matsumura's last, trying to come off that side one. Nothing yet. And hits and rolls in. Just caught that one too thick, and it'll still be Canada line 1.
We just threw the hit.
Yeah, to me it's a like a hack weight hit, a little low.
Okay.
Something.
Even a nose with hack, we're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the edge of the rock.
Yeah. I like it, buddy.
Little bit of thought there by Brendan, whether or not to throw just the draw to the forefoot for their 2 points. But as Darren pointed out, they just threw down that path. And
I think with hack, we're pretty safe.
And he hasn't thrown a draw in the game yet. I thought we might see it. It's to the forefoot.
it's important for them to get their 2, and however that happens, or whatever the skip's comfortable with.
They have to throw it, and Botcher will throw the last stone of the third. Chance to put 2 on the board.
Clean.
Clean.
Clean, yeah.
Hard. Hard.
Well, Martin on this one, just leaning on it again. Make the hit. No problem. Few nerves, but it settles down, and it is 2 for the Canadian side. They get on the board first.
I never thought we were hitting it there.
No, good shot.
2-0 after 3 ends of play.
Rolled over, we stuck. They went to the corner. When we put our center up, we can try to choke out their corner. So just this side of center, right? So they can't use the corner. We still get the center guard, but it's helping to choke out that corner guard, so they can't use it. Now they've got to come around the center, and now we're playing into the center with them, right? So moving forward, let's just go. No hurry to get our deuce back. But wait, be patient. Yeah.
Start drawing the button ice.
I like this.
Top 4. Line's good.
Whoa. 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 It's a,
Top 4. Line's good.
whoa. It's still there.
It looks a little heavy. 14-3.
That's pretty fast there.
A little faster than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, that one comes down and is deep for Karek Martin. That's just his second draw of the game for a lead. So we're playing the fourth end.
Yeah, there was a lot of hits in the first couple of ends, so it can leave you, you know, at the fourth end of the game questioning a little bit whether how much you know of the draw speed and the draw paths, and he got caught on that a little bit. It was faster than they guessed.
So the corner guard goes up and we play end number 4 of our feature game here, the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship.
Yeah, sure.
Which one? This one?
Karek Martin, 91%.
Your line's good.
Yeah, both front ends of the Scottish and the Canada team played quite well this morning. It was more so a battle of the back ends at the third and the
Top 4 if you can.
and the skips.
We're good.
Not curling much at all.
We're good.
Whereas in the Team Japan's game this afternoon, I think the
Good
whole
shot.
team played quite
Very
well.
Good boy. Go, okay.
Yeah, both sides trying to start off the championship with 2 straight wins. And get some good competition. Shin Yabe at 91%. Looking to try and utilize that corner guard. Italy leading China 2-0. And there is China with that red stone in there. Zhou Xiang trying to find a way to get another point to try and tie the game up. Looks like they get just by. They're chancing it to the inside and that yellow and score 2. But they'll touch the front.
Line's good.
And after all that,
Line's
it
good.
is 1 Chinese stone that's the counter.
Line's
So
good.
2-1.
Relax.
We're there.
Italy coming in with a win earlier today, while China lost their afternoon debut game. Of course, China is the only team that'll know they're into the
tuck into it.
Olympic Winter Games next year as the host country.
Just a little deeper there than Brad wanted to be. Team Canada trying to play a corner freeze to that Japanese stone. Now bouncing off a little bit gives an opportunity for Team Japan to remove that rock, roll over toward the other Canada stones.
Well, seeing a lot of 91%, that's a good number. Obviously early in the event, but anytime you see those, it's a good thing.
Yes. Green. Yep. Yes. 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 Hey.
Nose hit and leaves those 2 reds awfully close together.
Yeah, not really in a great position, leaving them in a great position.
You like
Team Canada will
medium?
be able to remove both of them here now.
Whoa, curl.
Weight's good.
Curl.
Brad Thiessen,
All the way, Karek.
95%.
All the way.
All you got. All you got.
All the way.
I'm
all
pretty
the
sure
way. You got it,
Karek
you got it,
Martin
you got
does
it.
not breathe when he sweeps.
And he tries to spill that out, but we'll see if it keeps spinning and trying to get rid of the rings. Looks like just hanging on.
I think maybe just hanging on. Are we going to start bets this week, Luke?
If I had to bet, I would say it's in right now.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Thanks, guys. That just made me look good right away. I'm not betting the rest of the week now.
Yeah, that was too bad. I mean, you heard Brendan call for the sweep to get the rock to curl right out of Brad's hand, so you knew he was a little bit wide. That wasn't quite the result. That rock could come into play now for Team Japan.
Yes. Green. Yes.
So see if Japan can bring that one into play.
Yes.
Got a bit of a break, so now you got to try and use it.
Yes.
Oh, very nice roll in front.
Yeah, really, really nice shot there. Makes it a little trickier now for Team Canada to try to remove that red one.
Back one right now.
You could play it with easy.
That would maybe get both, but it's sketchy if you miss it.
Okay. I think just roll. Like,
Yeah, we don't have to hit this one at all. Like, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Easy.
Just down easy.
Sure.
Okay. Can I have a hair more?
You can see in this shot, in that shot there, you have to be careful about their own rock in behind there. So by throwing that easier down easy weight, it'll allow them to save their shooter while removing the red rock at the same time.
Here another one to try and get this one to sweep to get it to curl.
This one's out. Just wide.
Sorry.
We saw this morning with Team Canada, just a little having some difficulties trying to adjust to that the ice. It's a little straighter than it was for them when they played at the Briar. So we saw Team Canada having to sweep a lot of rocks to curl. They're just maybe trying to still find that adjustment on some of them.
So a couple miscues, and Japan try and utilize that. Looking to score 2 back. 98% for Shimizu.
Yeah, Shimizu played really well this afternoon against Germany.
Well, he's played in 7 previous World Championships. Of course, playing a number of years with Yosuke Morizumi. And that team just now moving. He played second those years there, now moves into the 3rd position with Matsumura. Did play with Morizumi at the Olympics in 2018, finishing 8th, but has that experience that a team needs.
Line's good.
No, it's okay. Well,
We're a little tight.
Okay.
We're close.
We're there.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
yeah.
Easy,
Just
easy,
for
easy.
line. We're just freezing.
Whoa,
The weight's perfect.
Yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Maybe bouncing in here.
No, we can't bounce yet.
Line's
Close,
good.
close. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Bouncing
whoa,
in
whoa.
air.
It's got to curl. It's got to curl.
Pretty good. Nice.
So Team Canada trying to freeze there.
Good brush. Back right.
And it just stayed a little bit high, but it looks like it is just enough that they didn't bounce off and leave an easier shot for Team Japan.
Well, these that real tough. You got to throw the right weight.
Oh, they just lost it. It almost looked like it made a bit of a move. I think they thought they were by, and it just started to curl. Yeah, they look a little bit stunned.
Wasn't a lot of panic there until right before it crashed on that guard.
You'll have to make it perfect, right?
And if you
Scotland
notice
and
the double
Denmark.
force. Yeah, I like
Again,
that.
Scotland,
Firm.
a lot of granite around the 4-foot area, making things tough.
She's a little scared.
Mads Nergard, the skip, and their 4th stone thrower, Mikael Krause.
Right on the nose.
Try and play that out-turn tap, it looks like, for Denmark.
Pocket. We could
To try and
probably hit
score.
it low enough to bang my shooter over a little and still clip it.
Yeah, really, he's got to make sure to move it far enough and get the right line.
Well, it's been a while since Denmark's been able to get to a World Championship. 2016, the last time they played.
Whoa, 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 sit.
It's all right.
Whoa,
Good shot.
whoa, 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 Casper.
Casper.
Well, here changing, trying to get that sweep to be able to tap that one down. And they tap it. Do they get shot out of it?
Get out of this one.
That's okay.
Ooh,
Looks
that-
like they do. Very,
I think so.
just by a sliver.
That's why I said they had to make sure that they not only tapped it, but that it curled enough to get shot rock.
Look again, they switch the sweep to try and get it to curl, and almost, they come close to that top one too. So a single point, 2-1, Scotland leading Denmark after 3 ends. Not an easy shot to try and get on the board there by Denmark, but full marks to Mikael Krause. So Matsumura's first, 88%. Those are numbers for his first game in the first few ends of this matchup.
I think they're trying to play the freeze here.
Freeze the back one. And look at that touch.
Yeah, really, really nice speed there, and really well managed because it was hanging out there quite a bit. And now this makes the angles a little bit tricky for Team Canada.
Yeah, okay.
Looks like an out turn
Sure,
shot.
sure.
Just hack.
Yeah, and try and just high side a hair, right?
Yeah.
So you can see that right there, if you drew a line sort of
I think
from
this is
the
our
red
best
one,
crack at it.
from the red one, it would, if he hit it, it would just come off of the yellow one and right onto the red
Just
one in the
half.
back.
Yeah.
So Team Japan lined it up really, really well, and so Team Canada can't just blast it out of there. So they have to play a quieter weight here, and what they're trying to do is have their rock sit dead in front of the Team Japan stone.
Brendan Botcher's continued his strong play from the Canadian Championship just a few weeks ago. Brand new ice surface, brand new stones. It's a brand new event for Team Canada and Botcher.
Brand new jerseys.
First time in a Worlds wearing the maple leaf on the men's side. Want to sit on the nose and just spills that red out a little bit.
Yeah, just over curled a little bit to squirt it out, and this now leaves an opportunity for Japan to get two. It was a really nice freeze that Matsumura made on his first one.
Well, trying to put everything into it, and you will see that from Garrick and Brad on the front end for Team Canada, putting every ounce of their weight and effort into it. But Matsumura, now to cap off an end, we're going to score two right back against the Canadian side.
Or they're trying to make this one curl.
Well, we'll hit and roll away. And wasn't going to be enough for Molding to put the effort in on that one. It wasn't rolling too far. Matsumura and Japan answer right back. Two of their own. 2-2 after 4 in our feature matchup.
そうオフ
So 2 blanks, 2 deuces. We are at 2-2. Luke Coley here with Jill Officer in the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Doesn't take much, but slight miscue by Botcher, but a forced error because of a great freeze by Yuta Matsumura.
Really, it was a skip's deuce almost with the Team Japan. 2 really nice shots
できるだけ近くだな
by Yuta.
できるだけ近く
Well, little difference. Now we see the center line guard.
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, here we are. I think this is with Canada having hammer, this is an opportunity for Team Japan to force them to score a single point here and have the hammer, the last rock advantage in the even ends in the second half of this game.
I think it's there.
They're wide open.
We're okay. No, it's not.
Line's good.
A little wide.
Yeah. Are we in?
Yeah.
We can-
Come on.
Sit.
Our best bet's to leave it.
Well, no, comes close.
Can we measure? We can leave it out.
Can we measure, Kevin?
Calling the official out. And
It looks
Joe, this
in,
is a
but
little
I'm just
different
not sure
one.
the rings.
Normally you can't measure until the end of an end.
Right, but with this one, the free guard zone, if it's out of the rings, Team Japan cannot move it. If it's in the rings,
Yeah, you must.
Team
yeah.
Japan
You were-
can remove it. So this is a time where the official will come out and measure it to see if it's actually in the rings. So the official come out and take a look at it, but he's going back for the other measuring stick.
Cool that is.
Because this will make a difference on how Japan calls it, of how they go through their calling in this end.
Right. If this rock is determined as being in the rings, Japan will hit it. They don't really want to leave Canada's stones around right now. They're in a tight game, and as much as they want to force Canada to a single point here, they don't need to have their rocks lying around.
In. Thanks.
In.
Yeah.
So you actually saw Team Canada. They were trying to leave it, knowing like they were trying to play the come around, but knowing that it was short. They tried to leave it, but it was one of those in between ones that if you don't make the decision soon enough, can bite you, and that one bit them.
It'd be funny if you didn't have it.
バンパーが
So now it's in. They do call for that hit. That'll be the objective here for Shinyabe.
ちょっとやめこんな悪くないよイエスイエスクリーンクリーンいい感じだイエスクリーンイエスイエスイエスイエスイエスイエスイエスイエス鉄そっちこうだ OK
Make sure that one is clearly in that redstone top of the 12-foot.
向かってこなかった
重いよ。あいつが重い。重い多分力が失われてて。
Jump over Italy and China. Joel Rotornes has played in 2 previous Olympic Winter Games. Of course, his first as a host in 2006. Now trying to make some noise here at this World Championship. Coming in at 1-0, taking on China. It's just a nice clean there by Mozaner out in front to guide this one in. Another time, Italy draw 8-foot or better, and they get it right to the side of the button for a 2 and a 4-1 lead. Textbook from Italy so far. Score 2, get a force. Score a 2.
Yeah, and just a simple draw for 2, which is nice on the sweepers.
Well, hit, try and roll behind for Japan. It's that delicate weight, just that one stone in the rings.
Really nice roll there. It's such a nice roll that Brad's going to try to just play the run back here. Oh, and he stuffs it.
Well, unlucky to hit it exactly in that spot that it stays in the rings.
Yeah, so we're going to see Japan here just throw a guard. Try to guard that stone. They want to make sure that they guard their stone, not the guard. They'll cover half of the guard at the same time, but.
Netherlands, Norway going on sheet D. Netherlands lying one top of the 4 foot. It looks like second shot belongs to Norway. Saw Torgrim Nergard slide over to that side. From what they look like, maybe playing the tap to just drawing for one.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what they decided to do. Maybe Stefan got down there and didn't think there was, maybe saw that the tap wasn't quite so simple, and being up one already, it's important here for Norway to score.
So full 4 foot for Valstad. To extend their lead in that game against Netherlands and Jaap van Dorp. And too heavy, so it is a steal, and they're all tied up over on sheet D. Netherlands, Norway. Norway had a strong showing in their first game, winning an extra end game against Denmark. Netherlands dropping their first match to Team RCF. Did that one over curl for Japan now.
Yeah. Hack. We're getting a little more curl through here now.
Yeah, it sounds like it did over curl just enough to give an opening.
Clean.
Yep, weight's good.
Whoa. Clean.
Careful.
Whoa. Clean. Close.
Weight's good.
Whoa. Curl.
We're just
Curl. Whoa.
Well, the guard, not a problem. Now just trying to make sure you catch enough of it to stick around.
And to remove the red one.
It was just
Wanted to throw quiet that they could get at it, but that one didn't have enough to move that stone out of the rings.
Not quite rolled under, so this will be another opportunity for Darren to get at this rock, and this time maybe even curl enough to roll under a little bit.
I'm going to give you just a little less.
Well, Darren knows the ice as well, an ice maker himself. The Lacombe Curling Club, just over an hour north of Calgary. Runs the club.
Yep. Hard. Hard, Cards, you got it. Hard. Right to it, hard.
Like putting every ounce in to try and make that hit and hold the line. But again, it seemed quiet.
Okay.
That, okay.
Just a little light.
Just half again.
Interesting, because if anything, we saw Darren overthrowing in the game earlier today. Now he's compensating and throwing a little bit less.
China and Italy over on sheet C. Italy's had 2 open draws to get a second point in each of their ends. Nothing going so far for China to generate offense. Zhu Xiang has a draw here for a single point. And needs full 8-foot. And this one, it pulls the string, won't even hit the house, just has a chance to get that point back, but it's a steal of 1, and Italy now 5-1. It's not the result that they want to get with a draw to the 8-foot.
So Darren got a little bit lucky on the roll here and rolled over to sort of freeze in front of that Japan stone. Japan can still remove it, but it does make it a little bit trickier. Team Canada will be having a difficult time to get 2 out of this end now.
Well, make him go away and stick around for Matsumura. Now when they lose everything.
Yeah, I think they might have been trying to play it to stick it on that one that was sort of hanging out in the outside there, instead of, I don't know if they were worried about hitting it on the nose that they wouldn't get rid of the yellow one, but I think they could have done that and stayed, which would have been really important for them to be sitting 2.
Now lets Canada off the hook from those mistakes. Now just that 1 stone in the house.
Weight's clean. Clean.
Clean.
Yeah. Clean. Clean. Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah. Real hard. Real hard. Real hard.
Big scrub from Kark and Thiessen. And we'll
Throw.
sit back at the 8-foot. Both sides just not, there seems to be some like half shots. They're just not as crisp as you're usually seeing them.
When he played off of yours, and that
Yeah, I agree, and I don't know that either team is taking full advantage of some of these misses yet either.
We'll see here if Japan can do it. Last to skip stones without the hammer, Matsumura.
Bumper. Shikkari bumper. Bumper. Whoa. Bumper.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's it. Whoa.
Yes. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Well,
Close.
hit.
Oh,
And they lost it.
They did.
Yeah, we can go this way. Well,
Overroll, and this is a good opportunity for Team Canada in an odd numbered end here to blank and retain the hammer going into the 6th.
in turn low.
It just didn't seem to be any panic, so just a bit of a missed call there, I think, on the line.
is there a room?
Oh yeah, yeah. In turn, little low. Okay.
Seems they're worried about that stone just into that dead zone as a possible catcher playing the blank.
Sometimes you have to be careful of those little biters or ones that are just sitting outside of the rings, because if he were, it looks to me like he's
He's playing the intern, I think
Playing
he said.
the intern, but across the face, right? If you play the intern rolling to the outside there, if you ever dead sticking on one of those ones out in the corner, suddenly you took a point that you don't want yet.
Whoa, we're good, we're good. Okay, good.
Well, we'll see another blank end go up after that one.
Good.
Botcher and Team Canada will retain the hammer in a 2-2 game. We're through 5 ends of this one. Second half to come, which should be an exciting finish. Well, third end, after playing to the wings and finally getting an opportunity to score some points. Botcher likes to play the hit. Could draw the 4-foot line one, but hadn't played a draw at this point. A little worried, but not a problem. Hit sticks, and it's 2 for Canada to start off the scoring in this game.
Good.
But right back in the fourth end, a great freeze by Matsumura sets up a chance at this. Botcher's stone just over curled, meaning Matsumura has a hit to score 2. And we'll get a little bit of a roll, but it sticks around in the 4-foot. So tie game after 4. The last for Darren Moulding in this 5th end
Line's good.
is trying to play the hit and roll.
Clean, got it hard. Hard, right to it, right to it.
Wanted to
right
roll
to it,
behind the
hard.
center line. This one really over curling on him.
Watch the roll.
Gets fortunate that he rolls to a frozen position.
Hard, right to it, right to it, right to it, hard.
Eventually lead to Matsumura blasting the stones on that side. As this one comes in, we'll blast those 2 out and the shooter. Led to a blank in that 5th end. Denmark and Scotland on sheet A. And back of the 4-foot is shot stone for Denmark. And it is Bruce Mowat with the hammer. Not sure exactly how he's trying to get it out. Trying to chisel it over the top of their own to score 2. Well, in a real jump, they'll tap their yellow up, but it leaves the redstone in there. Almost made a big jump, might have touched that guard, and it's a steal of 1. So they are tied up after 5 ends there. 2-2 the score. Sorry, as they play the 5th end, 2-2 in our feature game on sheet B. While Italy, we've shown you, scored 2 deuces, leads 5-1 over China, and Netherlands, Norway, 2-2 in the 5th end of that game.
Let's just keep figuring it out.
I think we go back to like the good ice, a little bit of release.
Well, look at the numbers. Nothing to choose between the score, but advantage overall percentage to the Japanese side, 91 to 84. Draw percentage, big difference, 88 to 75, and then Again, an advantage in the hit percentage, but it's a tie game. It's those slight miscues and not being able to take advantage of them.
Hard!
Okay.
Sorry.
So 2-2 is the score as we start the second half. As you're watching live coverage, the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Luke Coley here, joined with Jill Officer this evening. Started off very conservative from both sides. We saw a couple blank ends with just open hits. We also saw a blank end that looked like something was generating, but some misses led to that one.
Yeah, there's a couple of different types of blank ends that we see in curling. Like you said, in the first couple of ends of this game was pretty simple, almost blanks on purpose, whereas the one that we just saw last end was an attempt to generate some points and get some points, and it just didn't work out with the way the shots were made. Left a blank opportunity for Canada.
Just make sure you're back here.
Yeah,
We are. We can't go.
We can't.
It's.
We'll see this so often coming out of that fifth end break.
Sixth end. What happens is at the fifth end break, the ice makers come out and they do a slow walk up and down the ice with the big wide broom, and it often something about it seems to leave the ice a little faster in that sixth end, and a lot of leads tend to get caught on that sometimes. It's hard to believe that, it's sometimes hard to believe that even though you know it, that it's going to be that much faster.
Shenya Abe didn't have an issue on his first, but this one, I've seen a couple of his, they haven't curled as much. But there he does get caught. They go deep.
I need a fair bit less. Is that back four?
Yeah. Back four, back eight.
Don't normally see those from Lead and Kark himself, just 78%, but
yeah, he had a few early that he couldn't hit and stick. He was hitting and rolling out instead of hitting and rolling to the wings, and a couple of draws that he has had haven't quite been Kark-like.
Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Okay.
I've seen this look of frustration on his face a few times already this game. It's not typical of Kark to...
Okay, 14-3.
yeah, and you get guessing yourself and doubting a bit.
All right.
But there's the usual standard for Yasumasa Tanita.
Okay. Green. Yes. Green.
ラインはいいかな。
グリーン。
ちょっとウェイトありそうに見えるけど。
グリーン。
あ、いいよ、いいよ。
グリーンだけだよ。ラインだけ。ラインズゲー。
7、8。8？いや、いくわこれ。
All right.
14.7。
Well, it seems everyone's getting caught on that. We've seen a few down that spot as well here so far in this sixth end.
Yeah, and just sometimes that happens. The more you play down a spot, the faster and straighter it can typically get, especially if there's been a lot of sweeping, although we haven't seen a lot of sweeping on these because they're heavy.
Line's good. Easy right now.
Brad had saw the game earlier today, is at 89 overall, but 78 in this game.
Pretty straight right now.
Yeah, same with Brad just not being quite as precise as normal.
Easy if you can.
Weight's good.
Some of the run backs or peels that or double peels that he usually makes quite accurately have not been on the mark. See a nice freeze by him there, though.
And it is Canada does have the hammer here in the 6th end, a 2-2 game.
Line's good. Yep. Line yes. Yes. Wait up. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hey. Yes. 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 Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Bit of an over adjustment on the weight there. I think, you know, seeing everybody go heavy this end, and now these guys actually had to sweep to get it by, but also because it was light.
Line's good.
Just a little more.
So it seems who will take advantage and make that shot that swings this end around.
Easy. Easy. If it's heavy, you got to be real heavy. Play to this one then.
We're all there.
Man, this is you hear the frustration. Both these teams expect more.
Yeah, and you just heard Brendan say 14-6, and that's back 8, probably back 12 weight. That is really, really fast ice. And, you know, Brad just threw down there as well, and it could be a bit of a path if they had to go, you know, an inch or two wider. Sometimes it changes the speed of the path.
Tetsuro Shimizu, 95% in the tournament, 90 overall, or 90 in this game, pardon me. Neither side can make that adjustment. It's still that yellow Canadian stone back button the shot.
Yeah, and it's just that one that came up short this end that almost seemed to be a little bit tighter path. And I mean, if there was less weight, then that happens as well. But everyone's getting caught. It's kind of sweeping a little bit early, thinking that it's okay, and then it just hits this spot that it seems to run, and then it's heavy.
Line's good.
Late, eh?
Pretty late.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Easy
been
if you can.
a better game numbers-wise for Darren Molding.
Whoa.
I'll be the first to say, as long as we win, I'd love to play well, but it's nice when you can win and play well.
It's got to curl. It's got to curl. It's got to curl.
Okay,
coming.
Even if you get it in here, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Get it in here. Get it in there. That's not a bad shot at all. Good scrub. Good scrub.
It's better than heavy.
I was just going to say it. Darren, that's the second time today that you've taken the words out of my mouth.
Can be heavy there.
No, and you know, I timed that rock. It was almost a 15.5 to the top 8 foot. So that is really quite quick for, you know, you have to kick fairly slow out of the hack for that speed. And sometimes it can be hard to believe that you have to kick that slow. So at least that way, by coming up short, it leaves Canada something to work with at the front of the house.
But it can't. You have to deal with it. You can't leave that stone there if you're Japan.
Yeah, probably not. No. You also have to be careful how you hit this as well. And, you know, if you hit anything on the high side, it could be a bit of a disaster for you.
Well, the draws haven't gone well from both sides in this end. And we'll spin them all around and watch that one right out the side of the house.
It's pretty good. It's not too bad, really, I don't think, for Japan. They got some stuff moving there.
There's no real way that Yellowstone was going anywhere with the wall behind it.
Exactly. So at least creating that space back there might give them a chance to get rid of it at some point. Unfortunately, it's open on the right-hand side as you see it here, and it just goes right into the red ones that are at the back 8 foot. But at least they can maybe play some of their front red ones to get rid of that yellow one, or depending on what happens here with Darren's,
Wait only. Don't want to.
Yeah.
Just
they might have an opportunity for something.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Whoa. Just line.
Whoa. Whoa.
Little heavy again. Just bounced off. Leave a bit of a pocket here now for Japan.
Good shot. Good shot. 14-7.
14-7, and it was still a little bit heavy. Yeah, that is some pretty quick ice.
With a slight error, and now this is a must make if you don't want to give up a multiple score here in the end for Matsumura.
Well, yeah, and what we've seen here in this path is heavy and wide, or heavy and chopping off. So they really are going to have to manage this rock quite well. You don't want to leave an opportunity here for Canada to maybe even generate 3 points.
See the 90% on the game. Got to trust what he's seen with that spot.
Now they're starting to sweep it to make it curl. To try to get it in there, because it's also a little bit heavy, it looks like. That's exactly what they could not do. They had to get in, they had to get the curl in. Even a little bit shorter was better, that's something they could work with. Now you see Brendan indicate, now Canada can make a little tap and a roll to the top of the button, and Team Japan is in real trouble.
I'm seeing it in here somewhere.
Yep. Back 8, back 12.
Yeah.
Well, this has to be a little tap and roll. We got to move it, I think. Yeah, we do have to move it.
Just back 8, back 12.
Yeah. It's fast, so
Yeah.
you're throwing one. Yeah. That.
This, you said it, 3 is, make this, 3 is definitely a great possibility for Canada. .95% on the game for Brendan Bottcher.
Clean. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Just
Whoa.
through.
Whoa. Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
through.
Hard. Whoa.
Just through.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Clean. Yeah. Yes.
Easy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Clean. Clean. Straight.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Curl, 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 curl.
Come on, try and get that inside roll.
Good shot. That's good. Nice shot.
Nice around that OK Tire logo on the button.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's a good shot. I think Brendan really,
Perfect.
yeah, I think Brendan really wanted it to curl just a touch more. I think Japan can now get in there with the outturn draw. See, they had a little bit of confusion there. See, if they roll another couple of inches to almost split that center line, it takes that outturn draw away from Japan. You see Matsumura indicate the draw to the button there. And if they draw there, what does that leave for Bottcher?
If he doesn't get right to it, is there the yellow, that one he just hit by Bottcher to slash onto it?
Yeah, the Bottcher's shooter that was just left there. He might have an opportunity to use it depending on where Matsumura puts this. So it's going to be really important for Matsumura to get enough finish on this rock that it would make it hard for Canada to use that other yellow rock and remove it easily. Now we haven't seen anything down this side of the sheet, the whole end pretty much.
Yeah, that'll be the question of what the speed is compared to the other side. But Matsumura's without the hammer facing 3 in his final shot. Tanita and Shimizu have been on it almost the entire way. They got to get past the front, and I don't know they will be. They will Chap off the front and the forefoot for 4 now, possibly, for Canada and Botcher.
If you like,
all 8 Japanese rocks are in play.
You could go in.
And a chance at 4.
And a chance still for Team Canada to get 4.
This is our draw the button. When Kark threw it, that was that rock, right? So it got to...
So I think take that, because we can go here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was happy, right?
Yeah.
You got it, buddy.
It's too bad on Matsumura's there. I think his weight was decent. It just curled more than they thought.
This is the exact broom you had on that first shot of the end.
Yeah, 14-8.
Yeah, it'll be nice here.
It's got to hit the forefoot, right?
Pretty close to your draw the button, really. You draw the hair ahead. It's there quicker.
And all those misses by both sides.
Line's good.
And especially Matsumura's.
Line's good. Easy,
proving
easy.
costly in this one.
Back four.
As there's a chance now for Botcher and Canada to get 4.
Okay, just
hard, you gotta go.
clean.
Okay, line's good.
Clean, team.
Lie 3 already, so this is for that 4th point.
Yep. Okay. It's close. Nice shot. Yeah. Nice shot.
And the last stone of this 6th end, a weird one.
Yeah.
Weight was perfect. It's what they needed the whole end, and it's there for 4. And a 6-2 Canada lead.
How does you can play and get 4?
Darren even talking about the way that end started and played out most of it, and somehow they got 4 out of it.
Good.
Good result. We would have got 6 if you
I just think there's 2 tracks there. Like if you.
みたいな感じで挟んで投げちゃってるから、あると思ったらないし、ないと思ったら進んじゃったりしてます。
Top 4.
Good end. Let's stay sharp, boys.
This spot was still 14-5 though.
Yeah, the draw.
I got 14-5 on his, and he was in perfect weight.
Yeah.
Give me just a hair more. Just. Yeah.
It's this spot. Crazy.
So only 3 ends have been scored in. A 6-2 Canada lead, cracking the big 4 in that 6th end.
Everything we can. Let's hang. We gotta go to get it in.
Go then.
Hey, you're holding it really straight.
Yep. Yep.
On both sides. Canada will be happy with the result, but they didn't have the execution in that end that you would normally see scoring a 4 end.
That rock might be straight.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
It's not getting there.
and the other.
So 4 ends remaining. Japan have to try and make sure they get a 2 here.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely need to score at least a deuce, and if they can generate more than that, that would be. There's not much time left here, and giving up a 4 in the 6th end is really not a great situation.
You like tapping it?
Try to get just across it.
Yeah.
Should be good.
Line's good.
That's a good weight.
Netherlands, Norway, a 2-2 game. They're in the 6th end. They had a blank 5th, so Norway still has the hammer and Stefan Wallstedt. That ice doesn't look like it's enough for the straight draw. Possible split.
I'm thinking, yeah, that's what I think too, Luke. I think he's trying to play a split here. feeling like maybe scoring 2 in the 6th end would be important.
There is a red stone belonging to Netherlands back 12 foot. And it'll end up being the tap. They'll tap it up and we'll get one. Just over curled, but knew that was an option. Norway takes the 3-2 lead after 6 over on sheet D. And Scotland, Denmark on sheet A. Those 3 Yellowstones all in there counting for Scotland right now. And Bruce Mowat will have the opportunity to draw the house to get 4 of their own.
Give me T-line.
This game's a little bit behind ours, so their 4 score is coming in the 5th end.
And just a light dusting from Bobby Lammy to bring this one in for Team Scotland. But no problem, right to the BKT Tires logo. Right on the button, 6-2.
Missed one way, missed the next one the other way.
So they are 6-2 headed to their 5th end break.
One of these times I'll nail it.
I think my 6 is curling like crazy.
The one last end especially, right?
Well, and Karkel will have learned from his father, Kevin Martin, Olympic gold medals from 2010. Knowing the rocks and making sure you're aware which ones are straight, which ones curl. I'm sure he's passed on some of that knowledge.
Yeah, I'm sure. And Kevin had longtime coach Jules Ochar, who's known as the rock whisperer around curling circles, keeping rock books on every rock that Kevin Martin ever played with.
Probably ever created.
Yeah, probably. But you know, in terms of Kark and his rock, sometimes you question yourself. You're thinking, well, maybe it was me. Maybe I'm throwing it straight. Maybe I'm, throwing too much weight. And I think an athlete, often blames themselves first, or some athletes will always blame themselves first and not think about the possibility that they have a straight rock. And so here, Kark is in the 7th end, finally starting to maybe think that it's not him.
Medium.
Clean. Clean. Curl.
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 Come on, get her going. Get her going. Get her going. Hard. Come on, Kurt, go.
Just a little heavy. Okay. I think that was just a pound heavy, Brad.
Yeah, get it out of there.
Good.
Okay.
Well, removes that Japanese stone. There's the 2 corners, 2 in the rings. Italy still with the lead over China. Chance China to get 2. Zhou Xiang has that one back of the 4-foot. The Chinese skip. Quickly getting right up and behind his last draw for a point. He failed to hit the house. This one trying to get that 2nd point. And did he do it again? This one will hit deeper. It looked like they pulled up. They got off it for a bit. I don't know if they got far enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they stopped. I guess they thought it was not there and gave up on it a little bit.
So it is 1 only. It does come up short. A missed sweep there by the Chinese side. And it's a 5-2 game. After 6 ends, that one surprising because it looked like they backed off like it was well short, and it came up just short of being that 2nd point. Well, you put the corner guards up. You want to try and use them.
This I don't know if they're just trying to play a tap back here, perhaps on this side, or if they're actually going around that corner guard. But the corner guard on this side that they're playing is really quite long. So it's probably not helping them a whole lot to just draw around this guard. They could just be throwing a tight guard here to double guard it on this side.
Love to maybe just get this one biting with the extra sweep.
Yeah, and it also acts as a second guard, kind of a double guard on that side of the sheet. So Canada is going to try to remove that. You can see a little bit of a piece of it, and that's the trouble rock for them, really.
Yeah. Almost bumper.
Curl.
Curl.
Gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
You got it, bud. Go.
Right, clean,
Whoa.
clean, clean.
Beauty.
Very good shot.
And rolls into the top of the 8-foot, closing off access to the 4-foot. That is Canada lying 3. And similar to this morning, we're only the second end of the second half of this game, but we're okay in the first half, but they picked it up to another level in the second half.
For sure, yeah. I think it seems to be taking them a little bit to settle in on the ice and such, and they're definitely playing better in the second half.
そうだね。フル8で残ってると2には一応なる。
8、9。ちょっと開けない。
ちょっとラインはいいよ。
開けないよ。早い？早い。
Now you see them trying to draw around one of these Canada stones, using it as a guard. And the key to this one is that they get it behind that yellow rock that you see on the left at the top 8-foot. They don't have to be necessarily shot even, although they are, but they wanted to make sure that maybe even they were second shot, but they had to be buried there.
And look at that. What a great shot. The sweepers were just sort of waiting for it to make its move. Didn't have to go too hard on it.
They only had to dust it in there, which is nice, but now you see here, Darren Moulding has a chance to play a short run back here.
Clean. Whoa.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Stick.
You got it.
You got it, Brad. Hard. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Trying to get this. They got it. Nose will be pretty close. And able to catch it a little off the nose.
Beauty. Nice. Good. Made them both, buddy. Good job. Wasn't too bad of a throw. A little bad.
You need your sweepers, so make sure you give them credit, hey?
Yeah, just basically said, as soon as you got to curl it, Thiessen put his head down and went. Well, again, trying to get their line not nearly the same as the previous stone.
Well, I think the line was actually similar. It's just that the rock that Darren hit rolled over a little bit, and they needed to obviously have it curl more. Ended up in a pretty similar spot, but it's wide open this time for Team Canada.
Hack.
Well, skip stones. 7th end.
I'd like to stick it in the 4-foot if we could.
Yeah.
Canada had that big score of 4 in the last.
Just hack.
Chance here to make the hit. Could lie 4 if they stick around with the shooter.
Just tack, just through.
Whoa!
It's just through.
Okay, go then. Yep. Hard, Brad.
Weight's good.
Hard.
We'll see what Brad Thiessen's got on this one now.
Hard. Go. You got it.
Got to get by the front. And won't. Will chip and slide by. So there's an opening
He swept it the whole way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
for the
Nice
Japanese
throw.
side.
Thanks. Thanks. Sorry. I
Nothing
really
wrong.
did.
Yeah, not a whole lot more that Brad Thiessen could do on that one.
No, yeah, that just definitely, and he was post to post on the last, or start to finish on the last 2 rocks, sweeping them. See him trying to lean on it there, but it just not enough to get it by that top one. I think it was just a little lighter than they were expecting, and they called that out of Brendan's hand, which is exactly why Thiessen started
That's okay.
Bang. At least now
sweeping
they'll
it.
all be pretty close together.
Even if we give them 2 here, at the end of the night, a W.
I just heard Darren say there, at the end of the day, all they want is a W.
Yeah, and coming in, looking at the schedule, knowing you had 2 solid teams that have been in the playoffs at previous Worlds. You got Matsumura here, finished 4th 2 years ago. You have Mowat, who's a bronze medalist 3 years ago. And to come out with 2 wins would be a great start for this rookie world team.
It's a nice draw there by Team Japan.
Looks like they are too.
Yeah, and I think it's just kind of hooked around that yellow one a little bit, buried a little bit, that it's not easy to just play a double on the reds.
If you straight plug it,
Now they're lining up the angles to see if they can get rid of both of them.
We've seen this before. Brad Thiessen comes down, takes a look at the angles.
Yeah, I think he's their mathematician, so he comes in and
He's a web
checks out
developer.
I think we
He's
just hit one of them, don't we?
checks
knows
out the
some math.
physics.
Peel one of them out.
yeah, I think so.
So I guess he didn't think it was there, and they're going to remove one of the red ones.
If you can stay
I
here,
don't think we play around with those.
They were looking to see if he could hit that red one that's at the top of the rings onto the red one that's in the top of the 8-foot, to see if they could get a proper angle on it to actually run it back and get rid of both reds, but it's just not quite there.
clean.
They don't need to make it.
2 isn't the end of the world with a 4-point lead, so they will peel that top one out. And do they not quite shot stone, but probably now that they slide in, you're playing the hit.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
Right, no point in trying to maneuver a draw to the button on this
Maybe
one.
we were just a hair cute on that first one. If we peel it out once and then.
Then go.
Reflecting back on Brendan's first one, that maybe they should have just played more weight at it, not tried to be so precise. Sometimes the athletes out here are trying to be so perfect with every single shot that they lose sight of doing something a little bit more simple, that they'll still get a good result.
So last stone, the 7th end for Yuta Matsumura, try and cut into that lead.
Green.
Well, Tanita trying to hold the line for Team Japan, and those 2 inside of the button will count, and it is now a 2-point game. But Canada gets the hammer back, as we have only seen multiple point scores so far in this game. 6-4 is the score through 7 ends of play.
2。
ああ、なんか変だな。ちょっと強くした。
2。落ちそうだけど、2。安側かな。曲がりそう、曲がりそう、曲がりそう。超えたらオーでいいよ。超えたところでオーでいいよ。
Was that first center line guard? We welcome you. Hope you're enjoying our live coverage of the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. So we look at the numbers. Shinya Abe at 91. And Karik Martin has had some struggles. There's been lots of conversation with his stones. And 75%. Had some half shots, which have brought those numbers down. I hope you've been enjoying the coverage so far. I'm Luke Coley with Jill Officer this evening. It's session 3 of 23 round-robin sessions.
Yeah, keep going, guys. Keep going.
An extra day on the event this year because of the 14 teams. 13 game round-robin for each of these teams. And you get to the top 6, you get a spot in the Olympics, you get a spot in the playoffs. It means, oh, you get to curl some more in a second.
Yes, yes. All these teams, this is a unusual year with COVID that the Olympic qualification comes down to mainly this event. Also, one more event that will be held in the fall, I believe, sometime, as like a last chance type event.
And the way it played out, because of the cancellation of last year, Japan failed to qualify for the World Men's Championship last year. They lost the second qualifying game. It was China. They got out, and then they were unable to. But because of it went back to their region, the Pacific Asia Championship, that they qualified out of, losing the championship game to Korea. So they do get a chance here in one event to try and qualify for the Olympics. And if they do come, they are going to be the team going to the Olympics for Japan. So a lot on the line for this Matsumura squad.
Max right now. Okay. Max line. Lot of line. We're playing to right here right now.
Yep, Darren hard.
Well, Netherlands trailing by 1 to Norway. 3-2 advantage.
That's a good shot.
Jaap van Dorp, the skip of the team, holding the broom while Wouter Huskens throwing 4th stones. This team has made strides being at the Worlds in the last couple years. And every year, you're another year experienced. I was trying to run that one and have their shooter roll in, possibly get their second, but that outside biter comes in as a single point. So 3-3 after 7.
Sorry, ik was iets te bang dat je hem gewoon nog gas erop gaat.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Meanwhile, our feature game, Canada and Japan, 2 centerline guards. Canada's come around. Are we in an all-out position now for Japan? Do they need to steal in this end?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'd. I mean, if they can force Canada, if they can force Canada to 1 here, then they might have a chance. You know, then they would have to get 2 or 3 in the 9th end to essentially almost tie it up. So, you know, if they got a force out of this end, that would be not bad as well.
No double peel, just gets the 1. Looking like if Japan does want to win, they're going to have to steal at some point.
For sure, I think you know, whether it's now or in the 10th end. It's just you're not likely going to steal 2 or 3 points from Team Canada at this point. So if they can at least close the gap and maybe only be down 1 in the 10th end, they might get lucky and steal 1 at least to go to an extra. And then you never know sometimes in the extra, but.
Comparison of the seconds and advantage for Japan. But The advantage right now that is all important is those numbers on the scoreboard.
Japan just trying to move these Canada stones around a little bit. Maybe create a bit of a pocket or something that they can freeze to.
Whoa.
I think they wanted it to curl a little bit more and move both of the yellows around, but that's not horrible the way that it ended up rolling in front of the Team Canada stone. So Team Canada is going to ignore that and just peel this guard, because they don't need any guards and they don't want Japan to use them to their advantage, of course.
Whoa, curl. Curl, 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 curl. Good scrub.
Oh, they just feathered that.
Catches that one real clean, and we have a final. First one on the board here in session 3. Scotland, 7-2 winners over Denmark. So Scotland gets on the win column. They're 1-1 now, while Denmark drops to 0-2. Always nice to have that bounce back game for a team after dropping their first one. Even that record early on, don't want to get too far behind.
Japan just replacing that guard.
So the back and forth play there. China and Italy, though, it's been Italy controlling this game. A chance for another deuce for Italy. Rotornaz can make a double takeout.
Whoa, 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 clean, clean, whoa, whoa, no, no, no.
You want to make sure you score your 1, but make the double score 2. Doesn't do either. Will roll away and gives China some life. Gives up the steal. The unforced error, and a 5-3 Italy lead in that game after 7. Still some life for China after getting that point. Be a disappointing one for Italy missing that shot, because you score your 2, you're up 7-2. You could be game over. You could see that get off the ice maybe a little bit earlier.
Even just like you said, even just to score the single point. I was surprised that he threw as much weight as he did at that double. Maybe could have played it with a little bit less weight and managed it better to ensure at least a single point. I think they're actually trying to come through these ones at the top of the house, freeze at the back on the Canada rock.
They don't quite get by, but they chip and roll off to the side of the forefoot.
So Canada's going to have to deal with something here.
いやもう9ぐらいだよ。9ぐらい。うん。ギリギリだと思う。ナイス。そんなに。
It's about like two-thirds.
2/3, yeah.
Okay.
What turn do you like?
Kind of like the end.
Pretty much a wash at the third position. 86 advantage to 84 for Darren Moulding. Darren with that big backswing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Well, and pushes it right through the hole, gets the double takeout. Just like that.
Good enough. Throw it hard and hope.
I think you're better than that, Darren.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, and he even clips that yellow one at the back, which is not bad at all.
That just opens up that scoring area right now. Still Canada lying 1.
後ろのブラストで、
後ろ取ってない。それで俺らがこれ。
そしたら俺らはさ、多分タップして縦作って打てないようにするか、けどそうするとさ、ここまで下げてやんなきゃいけないからハウス広いよね。
がっちりだね。向きだけしっかりだね。ちょっと動いたとしても。
コーナーフリーズ。
これ。
コーナーフリーズ。真上につけすぎちゃったら多分当たれちゃう。ちょっとこっち側だよね。ちょっとこっち側につけない。
このライン。
こっち投げるよりはそっちかな。
イメージ的に止めるイメージだ。ちょっと当てに行くイメージ。
当てに行くんだったらそっちからじゃ厳しい。
ね。
ここに
止める感じ。
So I'm not sure if they're talking about
こっちから投げるんだったら。
just hitting that or tapping it, or maybe tapping it to just stay on the nose, or if they're actually talking about straight freezing, try to generate more than maybe 2 points.
Also saw maybe the indication of freeze the back one.
Yeah, now that that's a little bit deeper because Darren clipped it on his, I'm not sure that that's as much of a benefit, but it wouldn't be a bad call either.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's not tapping.
No.
Well, these two wouldn't have played a lot of. Matsumura not a team that travels to North America in a regular year as much as some of the European teams, or even a China or a Korea squad.
Nice good.
Botcher playing in a university games and World Junior. He never played Japan. Japan didn't qualify for those events.
They have to get this frozen on there just right, and this is overcurled.
And that results in the reactions of sort of how the last few ends have gone for Japan.
Yeah, really perfect weight.
And there's not a whole lot difference between those two. It's just when those numbers came down in the 6th end, Matsumura needed to make one of his 2 shots to get his team out, and he couldn't.
Nose are a little high.
Nose is fine.
Super blast.
So you'll see Brendan throw a lot of weight here, trying to remove everything.
I think I heard the super blast. Oh, even a little add on the release for Brendan Botcher. Makes that one go out the side. Everything goes except the one back 8-foot.
Now we'll see Team Japan
Good shot, Skip.
freeze down to that one.
Wall, yeah, wall, a lot. Wall, clean, wall, clean, clean.
Good.
I think I heard, that's a lot.
Good. Nice shot.
Just makes them go, and all or nothing. They don't have a choice at this stage of the game to play this shot.
Yeah, that's right. They really, they don't want this to be a blank end. So just hitting that rock does not help them at all. By playing the freeze, maybe Brendan takes a shot at it, trying to play a blank, and they steal one. If they make the freeze here, Brendan decides to just take one, then at least Japan has hammer in the next end to try to score 2 or 3 points.
Curl.
Just not quite far enough, and a little bit of an overcurl, and it leaves an opportunity here for Canada to remove. Looks to me like Brendan may even be playing a bit of a quiet weight at this.
I think so. I was wondering if it
two?
factored in of the thought from the previous end where he played it. They talked about playing his first quiet and getting cute with it. Obviously, right now is make sure you score. 2 would be a bonus, but not a necessity in this stage.
For sure. because of the overcurl by Japan, it leaves that little opportunity for Team Canada
We're just through.
to play this for
Just
2.
through. Pretty light.
Whoa, guys!
Okay,
Curl.
just through.
Clean.
Yeah! Whoa!
Whoa.
Clean!
Clean.
Yeah! Yeah! Whoa!
Clean.
Stay close.
Yeah.
Clean.
Clean!
Clean.
Clean is a sound that they like it. Tap it back. And they do spill it just enough. A casual deuce there on that one for Canada.
2 yellow. Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, that ended up being a little closer than they thought. They made it sound like easy and clean, but then it chapped off the yellow one at the back and almost didn't roll far enough.
Clean!
Clean.
We're good, we're good.
Yeah. They wanted to make sure they scored. The second one was a bonus there. And a 2 for Canada. 8-4, doubling up Japan after 8.
But good.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, boys.
Like 3 in the house now.
Yeah.
Just start blasting.
Yeah.
Enough of this.
Top
Yeah.
button.
狭く取っちゃって曲がってるからさ。
山あるかもしれないけどさ、多分ウェイトがあってたら曲がってくると思うんだよ、ドローは。
ナイスショット。Thank you.
いや、もったいなかった。2本ともが浮いてよかったから。もったいない。コールがどうこうとかじゃなくて。
Would that ever be embarrassing?
Ready?
Well, it's been 2 2s and a 4, and an 8-4 lead for the Canadian side. BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship. And something in his hand there for Karik on his release, giving him that extra spin.
Okay.
Sometimes if players are sliding out and they
It's
feel
gonna
like
carry
there's
pretty good
something
for you.
pulling underneath the rock, they'll put a little bit more rotation on the rock, a little bit more spin to try to prevent it from catching
Probably gonna go
whatever is
Great job,
underneath there.
Kark.
So that was a nice, yeah, that was like Darren said,
Very
that was a
nice.
nice recovery
Beauty.
from Karik there. Sometimes when you put a little extra spin on it, you end up putting more speed on it as well. So that was a good adjustment by Karik. That was a really big 2 points for Canada. I mean, it was important for them to score last end, 8th end with the hammer, and they're already up a couple of points. But to get the extra point, that really makes a big difference here playing in 9.
Side of the 4?
Side.
Yeah. Just right over here.
I could just, I can come around that if you want. I don't know, is it not?
I'm fine with that too. You like that better?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it, buddy. I like the way.
Line's good.
It's probably not. Might need some.
Line's good. We're probably a little tight.
Light? Yeah, we're light.
Line's tight. You gotta go.
Top 12.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Yep, go.
Curl.
Yep,
Curl. Curl. You gotta at least line them up.
All the way. All the way.
Curl.
Breathe.
Curl.
Hard,
Curl.
hard,
Hard.
curl.
Curl, David.
Curl.
That's pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
That's fine.
That'll play.
So see Japan put up another guard on the same side. Try to get as much separation between these two rocks as possible. So the first one that they threw is just over the hug line. Now this one they want tighter to the house.
いいよ、入ってもいいよ。ラインはいいよ。Line's good. Line's good.
So the 2 corner guards. We play this 9th end of session 3. Canada played earlier today with a win, trying to win a second game. They'll take on Denmark. They'll be back on tomorrow morning. Whereas Japan will have tomorrow morning afternoon off, and not play till tomorrow night. And they'll play Switzerland, who knocked off the two-time reigning world champions in Sweden and Niklas Edin.
Line's good. Not curling much right now.
So you see Canada drawing here again because they still can't remove any of the red stones with the 5 rock free guard zone.
Well, we're there.
So now that there's 5 rocks in play here,
It's just kind of...
Yeah, 14-8.
Team Canada can start removing red rocks that are in front of the rings.
バックラインちょいぐらい。
残すってこと？
うん。
残していいのかな、後ろ負けても。前負けても。バックライン。
バックラインプラスで。
Japan's just trying to tap these back. Move some behind the T line that they might be able to use later in the end.
Yeah, the more in play right now, the better for Japan.
Yes.
Yeah, anything in play that they can use to freeze to draw around or anything, they want rocks in play. Canada, on the other hand, you'll see them start to remove some red ones here.
Well, you have to be perfect right now, and that wasn't.
Yeah, that just over-curled, so Canada will just remove that rock, and they're going to try to roll to the button. They don't necessarily need to roll to the button. The important thing is to make contact here.
Clean. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Medium.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Around the nose. Okay.
It's okay. Pretty tough to use the corners with all that shrapnel laying around.
Oh, yeah.
Darren's going to take my job here today.
Yeah, he's doing it out there. Just put an earpiece in him and we're all good to go.
Yeah. He's got the on-ice commentary.
Canada lying 4. And you said it, Jill. Just try and move these ones around.
And Darren said it. It's hard to use the corners when all of these yellow ones are lying around. So they need to, Japan needs to do something with these yellows. Move them around, move them outside to the 12-foot so that maybe there is yet an opportunity to use the corners.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, nice little tap and roll there in Italy, leading 5-3. Very close. It looks like they might just be shot stone taking on China. That draw, as you look there, it looks definitely like that angle that yellow is shot belonging to Italy, and an in-turn draw for Joel Rotornes.
Aspetta, linea. Aspetta. Aspetta. Linea ok. Linea buona. Aspetta. Aspetta.
They have a little bit to maneuver here. They need to make sure that they get by that one, but also by the red one at the top of the rings here. Looks like it's going to be a nice shot.
Well judged. They've had a few. We've come over and looked at that. They've had some where the sweeper's just guiding it in. It's been easy on them making those shots to score their 2. They have a 7-3 lead in full control with 2 ends remaining on sheet C.
Line's good. Right's good. ラインはいい感じ。ラインはいいよ。
ちょっと曲がって入ってるよ。7近い。
曲がって入ってるよ。クリーン。7近いよ。ラインだけ。
So now Japan's trying to use these corners here because some of the yellow rocks have now been moved out to the outer rings a little bit, but this is a little bit deep. They're not even close to shot rock.
No one you'd. It's nice it's in, but it's 5th shot rock.
Now, even if it was 3rd, it would be better.
Do you have any of it, or is it edge on edge?
No, I've got about a quarter.
Okay.
Hack.
Okay.
Let's make it.
Easy.
Yes. Yes.
Solid hack.
Easy. 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 Whoa.
Weight's good.
Close.
Weight's good.
No.
Coming down.
Clean.
Coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real. Coming real.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hurt. Just tapping
Go
it
ahead,
out.
we got it, we got it.
Hard, hard.
Nice shot.
Just screening out.
Well, the weight just came down. That's a spot we haven't seen at all in the game.
Just heavy out there.
Canada lying 5.
Yeah, it got real heavy. You were way heavier than
Nice shot.
Yeah, fresh. Darren just said, and that's the droplets of frozen water that are on the sheet and on the ice. And when it hasn't been played, it's fresh, so it's heavier and it curls a little bit more.
Right way, y'all. Ryan's good. Ryan's good. Ryan's good. Ryan 悪くないよ。シンク。Good.
Nice draw there by Japan and behind the guard. Even though it's open, it makes it a little bit hard with that yellow one at the back of the rings there for Team Canada to remove.
Should be 4 if it jams.
Across the top.
The problem with peeling it across the top is we're losing that. Even if you were to jam it, you're rolling and we're sitting 3.
Okay.
Right? Like if you throw hack and you plug it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Good
I
half.
like it, buddy.
Yeah, I like
Let's
it
go.
too.
So they're gonna
I think you'll see enough you can get there.
they're gonna take the opportunity here, Team Canada, to try to play a hack waiter.
Netherlands, Norway, and talk about a lot of stones in play. Look at that, all in front of the 4-foot. And it's those 3 yellows out in front of the 4-foot. Who shot stone?
Yeah, it almost looks to me like yellow's sitting 3 already.
Yeah, it's very close, and it looks like it might be a draw if you can get it to cut in for 4 for Stefan Wallstedt.
I like this. Yeah, if we jam it, we'll be laying 3, so.
See how many it actually is, but I think they're 1 for sure, and maybe even 2. The third might be the question mark. We'll see if they can get one in and make it a question for possible 4. On this one needs to sit in the 4-foot. It's going to go a little deep, so they'll take a look.
tight, but 3.
Okay.
Well, Jill, your eye is good. It was 3. So a 3 for Norway in the 8th end. That's a key end to score. And you get a 6-3 lead after 8.
Good throw.
Jævlig fristende å gjøre, men treffer du litt gærent på en av dem, så det plutselig så det 2 eller noe.
I thought we had room. Makes a perfect pocket.
Well, mistake by Canada now. Well, it's not easy to get out of it with all those Canadian ones, and you still have to move them, but there's a glimmer here for Matsumura to try and keep his stones around. Moves it back. They do lie 2 at this moment. That one back 4-foot on the side of the 8-foot. Jill, it's not necessarily the way you play these type ends with this many stones around. It's actually working in Japan's favor.
Yeah, I mean, I think Japan's happy to have these rocks in play, and you know, Canada's chosen to leave some of them around, but Canada's also a really good hitting team, and it, you know, for them to jam on a rock or not make a precise hit or well enough that they're going to leave Japan something is not likely to happen.
And we'll punch it clean through the holes, so means draw a chance to score 2.
Canada's okay giving up 2. I mean, you know, it's having scored 2 last end, giving up 2 here and being up 2 with the last rock advantage in the 10th end is a good situation for Team Canada. I think it'll be a little bit tough here for Team Japan now, playing without the last rock, trying to get a couple of points.
Yeah.
So full 8-foot or better, and a chance to cut into that lead again. You see over his shoulder the 4 in the 6th end. That's the number, the crooked number that's hurting Japan right now. They've got to convert now in this 9th end.
And then hope for some significant misses in the 10th.
Yes. 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 Yes.
But that won't happen. This one comes up well short. They kick it away. It's only 1 for Japan. And that is it. They've conceded the fist bump, broom taps, however they're doing it this year. It goes down as another victory for Canada. They're 2 in the first day. Japan drops that one.
Hey, Brady.
Hey, very good.
Nice win, buddy.
So 8-5. Canada beats Japan. That's the final. Canada moves to 2-0. Japan drops to 1-1 after 1 day of competition.
Oh boy. We'll be good tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be good tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Let's go and rest.
Skippy
Get
needs
ready.
some sleep.
Yeah,
I need to order a pizza though. Pat, can you order a pizza?
Maybe 2 pizzas.
Yeah, meat lovers.
Top 8. Oké, top 8 jongens. Top 4. Scheelt best veel.
Well, our feature game ended, so we will sludge over, give you some bonus coverage here. Session 3, BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. I've been keeping you up to date with this one. It was a 3 that was scored by Norway in the 8th end, so they have that 3-point lead. Netherlands has the hammer. So we are in third stones. It's the first of third stones for Norway, and their veteran third. No stranger to world events. He's playing in his 13th World Men's Curling Championship. Has 6 World Championship medals. Brings a wealth of knowledge to this team. Skip by Stefan Valstad. Just chips off a little bit, but it is in there to lie 1-2. Norway has the yellow stones. Netherlands with the red.
Ik kan even kijken. Ik denk hek.
Ja, nou, maar wat Carlo zegt, als je hem kan nozen.
Ja, maar dat kan ook met hek. Die guard.
Ja.
Dus Ja, precies. Gooi gewoon hek. Marge is dat je hem sowieso naar links.
Netherlands, you see Wouter Huskins in the house. He is the vice skip throwing the 4th stones. Jaap van Jorp. The 31-year-old playing in his 3rd World Championship.
Carlo.
Pardon me, this is his 4th. His 3 previous best finishes was 10th. 2 years ago was a 4-8 record.
Hard. Geen rol. Shit.
Able to get that hit, try and roll in front.
Nice. Ja,
Makes it a lonely Yellowstone back of the forefoot.
Skal vi spille samme slaget?
Nei. Du må slå et eller annet. Enten så må du slå den der, eller så må du kjappe på den. Nei, det er ikke krise. Men da blir det vanskelig å bli kvitt den der etterpå. Hvis vi skal det, da. Det er ikke sikkert vi skal det. Vi kjapper der, så teller vi ut den da, hvis vi klarer å kjappe.
Ja. Det er kanskje det som er gitt.
Hvis vi tåler å gi bort 3, egentlig.
Ja. Kjappe den.
Tror du det?
Så det er ikke noe lett slag bort på der, så.
Nei. Og den der, hvis vi tar den der, så river vi med, og det blir ikke bra det.
Nei. Her la det ligge, så samles det i hvert fall. 15, eller?
Ja.
Liker du den isen?
Ja.
Når du ruller en stein inn, så er det greit da.
Ja.
Rent. Rent.
Ja.
Japp. Rent på. Japp, 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 japp. Hard.
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 Hard, Magnus.
Hard, hard, hard,
Hard,
hard,
hard, hard, hard, hard, hard.
hard, 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 hard.
They really want to stick this here.
The question, does it outcount that one on the other side of the 12-foot? That's the question.
Looks close. They're all taking a look as well.
Maar dat is gewoon hoopvol. Ik denk het ook. Ik denk dat we daar even vanuit moeten gaan. Ik kan ook gewoon dit gooien, een klein tapje. Dat zijn dan de freestyle ook. En de 3 pakken, nog geen 3 pakken. Dit? Let's go. Ja. Ja, enige andere dag, misschien hier. Je kan ook deze oplijnen inderdaad. Maar wij liggen tweede. Ja, weten we niet zeker. We liggen waarschijnlijk tweede en vierde shot liggen. Maar ook niet heel veel tijd. Dus ja. Wat denk jij? Ik denk gewoon freeze op die afstand. Ja, maar gewoon als je hem 2 centimeter tapt, ben je sowieso shot. Ja. Is dit goed?
So they're not worried about the ones in the 4-foot just yet. Those are set up reasonably well for Netherlands. They're just going to play a freeze to the back one here. Maybe if they even nudge it just a little bit to confirm that they would be then first, second, and third shot. The situation in the 4-foot is set up pretty well for the Netherlands. They don't need to quite worry about that just yet.
And just giving up the 3, you want to try and give yourself a chance at least that back.
Hard dan, helemaal door. Zo ver mogelijk, jongens. Yep, zo ver mogelijk. Lijn is goed. Yep, hard. Go low, go, tap hem iets, go, go, go. Eentje, eentje,
This looks like it's just over curling just a little bit.
Oké, goed feest, jongens. Prima. Ja, het was gewoon kort. Maar dit is oké. Ja, goed feest.
Alternativet vil jo være kjapp, og så kan jeg ikke plukke den av heller.
Plukke den kan du da.
Ja, men den der er dårligere enn den. Så
ja, men det blir bare 3 da.
Ja, ja, det blir det. Men jeg tror ikke det er noen sjans for noe. Ja, det er jo klart hvis det ikke er lang den der. Men marginalt tapp da.
Okay. Du kan slå, altså.
I think they're talking about following them down to freeze on top of them. By doing that, it takes the one that they just threw out of play and the one that they're not sure who's whose shot, fourth shot, I guess it would be, it would take both of those out of play. If they give up a deuce, that's at this point it's not horrible. They just don't want to give up more than that. So by playing this freeze, they're cutting down the scoring area and eliminating those outside 2 red stones.
Well, Stefan Wallstedt, he's played a lot of international events, 32 years of age, has now come out from Thomas Ulsrud being the usual team that comes and has his Ulsrud's former third Nergard with him. This is second, 2 previous trips as a skip. Made the playoffs once.
Jævlig bra Kosta, Magnus. Ja, viktig.
It's a good shot.
Ja. Oké. Normaal wel? Of is dat... ik denk het ook. Op zijn neus. Haartje de binnenkant is nog net... Ja, op zijn neus gewoon goed. Ja, als je dit doet is het ook niet slecht, hè?
They're going to make a play on this now and hopefully roll their shooter just over toward the center line a little bit. Maybe leaving a situation where it's hard for Norway to really make a double without maybe jamming on one in the back.
So the fourth stone player, these final 2 stones of the end go to the 22-year-old.
Hard. Hard, jongens. Yep, hard. Alles. Hard. Hard. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Just over curling here.
Okay.
And loses their shooter.
Nee.
Just had things set up in just the half shot. It's the difference between winning some games and losing when you can't come up and execute that shot at that point. But a very young team.
Yeah, they definitely needed that. They couldn't afford to roll out on that shooter.
Hvis vi ruller litt inn, så kan jeg få den for 3.
Det blir lettere for den.
Så lenge, nesten bedre å rulle en halvstein ut.
Ja, på en måte.
Skjepp er jo best det.
Skjepp er...
Halvstein ut er ok, så lenge han sitter bedre enn den.
Nei, jeg trenger ikke bedre enn den. Han får ikke ut den der med det første...
Nei, det er sant. Ok.
Du må gå inn.
Ja, det må jeg. Vant eller 15?
I think they're actually just, I'm guessing a little bit at my Norwegian here, but I think they actually might just be talking about which turn to take at this. I think it makes sense for them to hit and stick here. Makes it hard for Netherlands to get more than one. It doesn't leave them much of a double, but it sounded to me like they were almost trying to decide which turn, but the out turn looks a little tight. So maybe my Norwegian is not that good after all. He really just has to hit and stay here. Can't see another rollout. Otherwise, that leaves Netherlands with a chance for 3.
He's been 89% on his hits in this game. Højbjerg on the sweep. Make the hit. And chips that one. I think they might just be second.
Yeah,
Very close. Obviously one, but...
Ja, deze ligt gewoon shot.
Bra satt, Steffen.
Faen, en finish på den.
Fy faen, wat kulla.
Ja, je hebt niks anders. Nee. Ja, ik weet niet wat je wil gooien. Ik moet een triple gooien. Ja, weet ik. Ligt.
I guess they don't think it's them. Because if they were second and third, they'd still have a shot at Oh yeah, it looks like the one on the left-hand side. It looks like the yellow one.
Right on the tee line?
The one on the tee line. It looks to me like that's the shot rock. So this is simple, just draw for one. That was really close, though. I did see Team Norway sort of indicate the idea that if it curled enough, they could clip that. But that was such a tricky thing to play at a time like that. They didn't really need to be that cute with it. They could have just hit and stuck on the nose.
So Huisgen's final shot of this 9th end. Needs the 4-foot. Facing what we think is 2.
Kom maar door. Lijn is perfect. Gewoon helemaal door. Top. Mooi steen uit.
Well, just guiding that one in right to the button goes Huisgens, and Netherlands gets 1. But still trailing by 2, heading to the final end. They'll try to steal their way back to tie this one up. They'll need to steal 2 in the 10th end.
Nå plukket seg rød. Han mistet så godt I den gule. Da har han fått 4 fort da. Lucky. 2 softspins.
Ja, is goed. Twee, drie. Oké, lijn is goed. 2. Kan, Wouter.
So it'll need to be a perfect 10th end here for Netherlands, and they need some help.
Waar?
Carlo Glasbergen. You want to try and get those 2 guards out in front.
Mooi steen, Carlo.
It's already off the center line too, so an advantage already for Norway as they'll try and play the tick shot.
Hæ?
Du viker sånn inn I huset da.
Jo, ok.
Well, interesting they switched to play the tick the other way, that they're going to try and push it maybe into the rings.
Oh, yep.
Since it's already off the center line. Magnus Højberg.
Yep, yep. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, hard, hard.
Well, they'll tap it, and not really where you wanted to get that one.
Yeah, that's usually the worst result on playing a tick shot, is to over curl like that, and with the weight that you're playing at it, you often tap it straight to the tee line.
Waar is die? Waar is die? Is die lijn? 1, 2. Oké, Wout. 1, 2. 1. Jip, kom maar. Allebei. Make sure. Moet erover. Hard, jongens. Hard, hij moet erover. Hard.
Glasbergen unable to get it over, trying to guard that one because that Yellowstone can be peeled now.
Ja. Huh? Nee. Oh, nice.
So Bogberg able to peel his own guard out. The rare peel for a lead.
Yeah, they don't practice those very often. Yeah, it was too bad on the Netherlands. trying to guard after having that really missed tick shot, and it was a good opportunity for them to throw that guard. And
1, 2. Oké, is die lijn als je
missed
kan.
opportunity.
2.
Laurens Hoekman,
Carlo.
the second for this Netherlands team.
1, 2. Carlo, yep. Kom maar iets. 2.
Is trying to guard their own up. They'd love to just be able to force Norway to throw against the potential tying points.
Mooi Stelo.
Everything's fair game now at this point.
Yep. Whoa.
Marcus Højbjerg.
Bent. Kom Marcus. En gewoon stand the guard eigenlijk.
It's a long-time alternate with Thomas Ulsrud's team. He was a fixture when you saw them at the World Championship or Olympic Winter Games. Went to 2 Olympic Games as an alternate.
Okay, easy. 2, 3. Line's okay. Moeten wel finishen, anders runt hij maar in, hè? Ja. Finish maar.
I think that missed tick shot was the best opportunity that Netherlands were going to get the send, so we'll just see Norway peel away.
Ja. Het is handig als jij naar de overkant gaat. Yep, yep. Come Marcus, press up.
Well, and the changes with the lineup, Marcus moving down to the second position, had played third for a long time with Volstad, and obviously for a bit had Thomas Ulsrud, and now Torgrun Ergaard sliding into their team at the third position. It's Marcus who stays at the second, and a great shot maker there and able to move to the second position and make this team a strong team. They can get the consistent play that they need.
Oké, laat maar hoog. Wel erover. Het gewoon wel wat dieper zijn. Oké, goed spel, boys.
At some point, Netherlands will need to decide where they're going to put another stone in the house to force Norway to at least throw their last rock if they can.
Until they're basically going to be guards and peels until probably the last 2 shots.
For sure.
Oké, gewoon 3. Alleen lengte. Ja, hoge 3, hier. Clean hem. Hier. Veel te veel. Hou maar, anders overcurlen we weer. Ja, hadden iets eerder kunnen gaan, maar niet uit. Oké, dus met mij eerst erin. Ja.
Well, when you don't make those first couple and take advantage, as we see the other game next to us, a final, Italy defeating China 7-4. So Italy with a 2-win day to start things off. China drops to 0-2. With the guard not protecting it, Norway decides to hit the one in the rings. Not even really take one of their chances to lie to.
Yeah, and Netherlands decided to put the guard more in the center for that exact reason, thinking that Norway would take a run at the one in the house, which they did, and now this leaves a little more of an opportunity to make a better shot out of theirs behind the guard.
Okay. Olijn, ja, kult niet. Maar. Carlo. Kult niet. Carlo.
Well, it's going to have to make both of these 2 count.
Moet heel veel curlen nog. Yep, kom maar door. Yep, finish hem zo ver mogelijk. Yep. Moet shot. Hard, jongens. Yep, helemaal door, helemaal door. Yep, 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 yep. Top, goed veeg. Goed veeg, boys.
Well, right to the button, right in behind.
And you'll see Norway here now peel. And then the Netherlands will need to decide whether they want to hit the yellow one and stick there, whether they want to maybe draw a full top 8. Some way to lay 2 and force Norway to at least throw their last rock.
Oh. Rent. Oh.
So wide open rings.
I think their Netherlands is a little bit short on time, so they've obviously discussed this already, and they've decided to play a freeze to the yellow one on the side.
Yeah, nowhere to hide in the rings right now. You just got to lie 2.
Yeah, and I mean, really at this point, you need Norway to completely miss.
Lijns goed. Kult nog niet veel.
Lopen recht.
Oh, kult nog niet veel. Oh, Carlo. Carlo. Waar? Oké, easy dan. Gewoon easy. Gewoon ernaast, hier.
Freeze
Wel
boys.
shot. Yep.
Well, they'll lie 2.
Perfect. Mooi bal.
Yeah, Norway will just hit the open one. They don't even need to stick around in the rings.
So final shot of this 10th end. Valstead try and pick up win number 2. Make that one go away, and we'll do just that. They'll add one more to the scoreboard as a formality, but it is a victory for Norway over Norway over Netherlands. They beat Denmark earlier. Now they beat Netherlands to move to 2-0 with a 7-4 win over the Dutch. So a good start for the Norwegians here at this year's World Championship.
Thank you. Huh?
Our feature game, Japan taking on Canada. 6th end coming out of the break, and both sides having struggles with their draw weight, and look at all those stones around. But it was Canada that's able to take advantage of 2 misses from Matsumura. And this, the best draw of the end. Weight was perfect. And it is 4 for the Canadians to crack this game wide open.
It counts. The double.
And back in 7 right after trying to respond with a score of their own. Japan able to have the opportunity to score 2. Yuta Matsumura needs the hit and stick to cut that lead in half. Makes it a 2-point game after 7. But trying to force the freeze, not perfect, and that allowed a little bit of room for Brendan Botcher to go to work to try and score his 4th multiple point score of the game.
Clean.
We're good.
Well, and just quietly coming down. Casually will push that one just far enough to get there too. And Canada would have control, and in the 9th, after only getting 1 at the 2nd point, Japan concedes. Canada picks up their 2nd win
Good luck, yeah.
as they knock off Japan here in session 3. The other games to wrap up session 3, Scotland knocks off Denmark 7-2. We just saw Canada win 8-5 over Japan. Italy beats China 7-4. And Norway, with the identical score, defeats Netherlands 7-4. So we're 1 day in and 4 teams at the top. Canada, Italy, Norway, and Team RCF at 2-0. Then Switzerland and the US at 1-0. Japan, Scotland even at 1-1. Then Germany, Sweden 0-1. China, Denmark, Korea, and the Netherlands all 0-2 after 1 day of play.
Yeah, hi Brendan, it's Jill Officer here.
Hey, Jill.
Good game, 2 wins today. Tell me though about the 6th end in the game tonight. Lots of heavy rocks, lots behind the tee line. Tell me kind of what happened there and then how you still managed to get a 4 out of it.
Yeah, to be honest, we were just getting a little bit tricked. So there were kind of 2 paths out there. There was a wider path that was a little bit keener, and there was a tighter path that was a little bit heavier. And it felt like we were either on the wide side and being back 8, back 12, or we were in the tight side and coming up top 8. So it felt like it was tough to get to the button. But sometimes those mismatched ends are when you can score a big end, right? Because it doesn't play out like usual. Everyone's usually, you know, you're all in playing the freezes and the taps and things. So fortunate that we made the couple at the end and very happy to get out of that end with a multiple.
Right, so the ice in general seems to be maybe a little bit different than what you've experienced here in the bubble already. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you're seeing that being a little bit different, how you guys might be adjusting?
Yeah, so I would say, you know, I've played 3 events now in the bubble, and I think the ice has been different all 3 times. So just a little bit getting used to. To me, it's a titch straighter out here than it has been in the bubble. Now, they are new rocks as well, so it's not completely apples to apples, but the ice is great. I mean, it's plenty good enough to make all the shots we need to make. It's just a bit of an adjustment period for us to get back to feeling as comfortable as we need to. And, you know, two hard-fought games today. Definitely happy to come out of the day 2-0, and hopefully we can build on that momentum into tomorrow.
Thanks, Brendan. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Brendan Botcher in Canada with 2 wins. That's 1 day in the books. Many to come here from Calgary. For Jill Officer, myself, Luke Coley, and our entire World Curling Television crew, thanks for watching the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship.
Yes! Yes! 外側からちょっと曲がり弱い。だいぶいいよ。
Very nice. Bye-bye!